Hey guys, this is Vicky with Side Income Coaching. On this podcast, I teach Christians simple tips and strategies to help them make more money with a local service based side business. One of the things I just learned today, actually, is the difference between an estimate and a quote. I literally thought they were the same thing the whole time. So I guess in every service-based business that I have ever done, I've always apparently given quotes, not even realizing that that's what I was doing because I thought they were the same thing until today. But it turns out they're not. And so today I want to share the definition of each of them and how you could use them in your side business. So first of all, an estimate is just what it is. It's estimated. It's approximate. It's not one of these things that is like locked in stone. It could vary based on some kind of factors that you couldn't possibly account for. So my stepson is a roofer, and he gives an estimate for the price that it's going to be for a roof to be done. But once he gets the shingles off, he might find that the plywood underneath is rotted. It's going to create leaks and all kinds of things. So he has to take that out and redo it. So he lets his customers know that, there's a possibility that this could cost more based on what we find when we take off these shingles. And the customer is fully aware that this could cost a little bit more if something goes wrong. A quote is totally different. A quote, once you've given the quote, that is the fee. That's just how much it's going to cost. We learned this because recently at our church, we had our bathroom redone and we had plumbers come in to do some of the work. And they gave a quote. Let's say, I'm going to make it up, $5,000. And on that quote, it said 20 hours and whatever amount of money for materials. Well, let's just say that they got the work done in 10 hours. In a customer's mind, we think, oh, cool. They didn't work 20 hours. That means we're going to get 10 hours that we don't have to pay for. But that's not the case because the quote is the quote. They said, it's going to cost this much money. We are guessing it's going to take 20 hours. We could get it done sooner, but you know what? Also, this is an extremely old building. It could take more. So it could have taken them the 20 hours. It could have taken them 30 hours. But no matter what, we were going to get the same price. And that's how we learned the difference between a quote and an estimate. So a quote is just what it is. An estimate is a guess. It's your best guess based on your experience. So whatever side business you're doing, if you're offering a service for somebody, I just want to encourage you to make sure that you are clear on if you're offering an estimate or a quote, and also that your customer is clear on whether you're offering an estimate or a quote. Because this is something that can be so confusing and you think, oh my gosh, I'm going to save so much money because they worked less. But that's not the case. It is what it is. When it's a quote, this is what you're paying no matter what. And as I'm thinking about it, when I had my organizing business, I offered quotes. I didn't realize I was offering quotes, but that's what I was doing. In my head, I estimated how much time it was going to take me to organize a space. And so I charged accordingly. Okay, this is going to cost you $300 to get this space done. Sometimes it worked out really well because I was right on target. Sometimes I got done a little bit earlier, but sometimes it took me a few extra hours over what I thought it would take me. Like they didn't know this. This was in my head, but it took me a few extra hours. So I earned a little bit less, but I still charged them only the $300. So the whole time I was doing quotes and didn't even realize it. So think about that with your business. And the one thing I would encourage you to do is definitely write it down. You don't want to just have verbal agreements with people. I've watched enough Judge Judy in my lifetime to know that verbal agreements don't always stand in court. Besides that, you want to have things in writing so that everybody's on the same page. So you can write everything down that you're planning to do, and this is the cost that it's going to be. If it's an estimate, you make sure they know that if they make changes, this could cost more. Or if you find issues, this could cost more. And then when you give a quote, they just have to know up front that whether this takes me more or less time, you're paying the same amount. And when you're talking about it, I would suggest focusing, if it's going to come up, I would focus on the fact that if it takes more time, it's a loss for me. That way the customer feels like they're winning, which they are anyways, right? Because they have you there doing whatever service it is. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. I think it's just one of those things that we don't always think about. And I've been in business all these years and never really thought about the difference. Of course, I don't typically give quotes or estimates now that I've been coaching for so long. I just have set fees. That's just what it is. And here's what comes with it. If you would be interested in having a template, I do offer different types of templates inside my Side Income Growth Club, where you would be able to use this template, make it your own so that you could do estimates or quotes. If you're interested in that, go to vickyarsenault.com/SIGC for Side Income Growth Club and get enrolled. And from here, I'll be able to show you from the very beginning, like how to choose an income earning idea if you don't already have one. But also, if you do already have a side business or coaching business or any kind of business that isn't growing right now, come on in and I'll show you my serve method so that you'll be able to increase your income consistently. All right, have a great week. I'll see you next time.